He doesn't think this is just another man.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it's match versus career with no holds barred and no chairs allowed.
When you talk about the legacy of the mask, we've discussed people like Wrestling 2. Masks offer such mystique because they mask the character that there are even people that will show up at wrestling shows and pretend to be the people under masks simply because they think they can get away with it. But there's something that's for sure. Those that wear the mask over a period of time are legends and establish a legendary legacy. I'm not convinced the judge is trying to do that. I think there's a different agenda here. I think the mask is one of convenience.
Yes, Mr. Wrestling number 2 tells you he lives in Macon or lives in Plains, Georgia. He's not Mr. Wrestling number 2 because the man that we both know and admire lives in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Can't put a Hawaiian shirt on somebody with a mask and make them Mr. Wrestling number 2. You need the real deal to do that.
And right now, this man who has had a shorter legacy with his mask certainly has made quite a lot of noise in a short period of time. No one has defeated the man. No one has really barely been able to take the man off his feet. And Dr. Johnny Gayton has never backed down the challenge. As George Soley would say, he'd fight a buzzsaw and give it the first 5 rounds. Now, Doc Gayton a lot of times wears his feelings on his sleeve. He's a man that's quick to jump to a decision when it comes to wrestling because he takes it so personal. He's been attacked every way a man can be attacked by Charlie Cash. Verbally, physically, by his career as a doctor, by his career as a wrestler, at his home, everywhere he goes, he's been attacked by Charlie Cash.
Very much so. Doc is no pushover, but he has to realize he is a man in excess of 50 years. He holds weightlifting records in that class. He has a world champion in that area, but he's going against a monster here. He came out to the ring with a shirt that says 7-0, talking about the fact that at the Rampage Pro Wrestling big shows, the major events, he is undefeated till this point. And what an opportunity here this is for Doc Gayton. And as the judge tries to get in, hits him with that knee, reminiscent of Wrestling 2, who we just mentioned there. And I understand Doc Gayton has spent some time talking to another big knee. And the judge, already staggered by the doctor, comes in sledgehammer.
Yes, Dr. Johnny Gayton did his homework on that. Look at this. Got him
Stunner.
with a running stunner, and Doc Gayton's here to take that mask. He's not going to lose his career. He went right into his
hooked him already.
face.
He's got him already. Hand on the ropes.
Doc Gayton will pull out all the stops here. He's been also talking to Diamond Dallas Page. You might see the diamond cutter before it's over.
Now Doc Gayton out of the ring. Charlie Cash better turn and pay attention to what's going on here. Big knockout punch by the doctor right there, and he's taking his boot off. Looks like he's going to do this Dusty Rhodes style. Instead, catches the judge with the boot. Going in, referee didn't see that. Now he's brought it in, going after it again.
Well, they said you can't bring in a chair. That's anything about a shoe. And you know what? I think the judge and Charlie Cash have seen a very different Dr. Johnny Gayton than they've ever seen before.
Well, and he's taken the boot off of Cash, and he threw it right back at the man. Looks like the referee's going to let the rules be darned in this particular match with careers on the line, with the mask on the line, and there must be a winner in this particular match. I don't think you're going to get a lot of 5 counts out of referee Dustin Robinson here. And now Doc again going for a submission move on this big man, the judge, the mystery man.
Japanese armbar being applied, and all that pressure with the legs and the arms pulling on that arm. And I have to give this man credit where credit is due. No one has put the judge on the mat like Doc Gayton has just done.
What we saw earlier as he went for a modified form of the stutter, a little bit reminiscent of Diamond Dallas Page, a little bit of a diamond cutter right there. We even saw a little bang out of him, a little diamond symbol come up. So it appears that Doc Gayton has been paying attention to some of our industry veterans. First Wrestling 2, Diamond Dallas Page going into this particular match. And who can blame him? He's putting his career on the line. Everything he knows and loves. He got into professional wrestling because his father was a big fan of professional wrestling. Gave him a love of professional wrestling. That's why Memorial Mayhem is named after his father, Gene Gayton.
Absolutely. And notice that Doc Gayton didn't come out here with a t-shirt on or shorts. He came out here with this wrestling attire on. He's in here to wrestle this man. And he's showing right now he does know some wrestling holds. He has done his homework.
Wait a minute, the judge is biting him in the leg right there to break that maneuver. Going to any means necessary. Doc Gayton has a wrestling background, trained back in the day. Trained back in the state of Georgia to become a professional wrestler. Didn't make it at that time, but years later, as he was seeing layers peel off of this and seeing an experienced professional wrestler with a diversity of wrestling maneuvers. But the Doc able to break that, brings him up. Tremendous show of strength. Samoan drop.
Talk about lifting weight. That's what he did there right there with a lift of this huge man now going right back to the crossface.
And he's got him hooked again, and the fans are chanting for tap.
Will we see the mask finally come off?
Wait, now Charlie
the
Cash
mask is almost coming off.
Charlie Cash is trying to get Dustin Robinson's attention, but he got Doc's, and he's, well.
And never turn your back on a man like the judge.
And the big man is there, and now he goes in for the hold. But wait, the judge is rolling through. There's one, there's two.
Oh, my goodness, no! He took that move that Doc had put on him. Doc didn't even realize it. Rolled him into a pinning position and pinned Dr. Johnny Gayton. No!
Dr. Johnny Gayton, I have to think he prepared for the monster, and the man just finished him off with a very basic, simple wrestling maneuver.
Who is that guy?
Well, we still don't know that, and we probably won't know for time to come because he doesn't have to unmask. That was the stipulation. Doc Gayton, though, we know for sure is done in professional wrestling. We have just seen the last professional wrestling match of Doc Gayton.
I cannot believe it.
The judge is celebrating. Charlie Cash is celebrating. Wait a minute. The judge is...
What is he doing? He's taking the mask off.
I don't know. It looks like Charlie Cash is gloating, teasing that he might... Wait a minute, he is.
No! Rob Adonis! Not Rob Adonis! The mask has come off of the judge. He's the man that took over Rampage Pro Wrestling that Doc Gayton thought he had gotten rid of once and for all.
He fired him right here.
Yes.
One of my very first shows in that very ring. Sal Renaro was made general manager. Doc Gayton fired Rob Adonis on
Mr.
that
Big,
night.
they called him back then.
I guess.
What is going on? Rob Adonis now is the judge, and he has just cost Dr. Johnny Gayton his pro wrestling career. I cannot believe it. So many surprises here. This has to be Memorial Mayhem. This is Mayhem at its finest.
Well, not a lot to say right now except goodbye to a tremendous athlete, the heart and soul here.
I can't believe the fans here obviously showing a great deal of respect and support to Doc Gayton, and the judge is Rob Adonis.
Rob Adonis exposed,
but
you know, Doc Gayton.
Doc Gayton didn't have to hang his head down low at all. He gave it a hard fight. He came in there with both barrels loaded. He hit him with everything but the kitchen sink.
Miss Allie looks to be crying over there. Oh, there's a nice moment there with our ring announcer, Miss Allie. Dr. Johnny Gayton.
I can't believe it. You're watching Memorial Mayhem.